Hello, you guys. How's everybody doing today? Filming another podcast right now. Let me just adjust this a little more. Yep, perfect. I know the last podcast was kind of short and very not eventful, just because there hadn't been much going on recently. But just this past weekend, I had honestly one of the most eventful weekends I've had in quite a while. What is today right now? Today's Tuesday. So that means Saturday. I don't really remember much of Friday. I think Friday was just a family day, family dinner. Kind of fun, obviously COVID's still around, so not everybody's going everywhere, doing everything quite yet. San Diego is opened, technically. Like, restaurants aren't full capacity, but you can still go out. So Friday was just a home day. Spent, obviously, time with my family, my nephew. And then Saturday was the first time I had ever gone out and met up with, people that are into cameras in general. But I have a group chat with a couple friends. One guy's name's Manny, one guy's name's David, Canon Dude on Instagram. And then my friend Adrian, which is, I think it's the Creator on Instagram. I had made friends with them. Well, David first through Instagram. He posts gear photos. Honestly, if you're into cameras at all, 100% follow his Instagram. If you like gear and stuff. Adrian mostly posts, like, obviously he's good at, not obviously, but he is good at, like, products, doing things for companies and stuff like that. Really, really smart dude. And then Manny takes photos of, like, people, mostly life stuff. Honestly, amazing pages. I'll try to put all three of their Instagrams in the description of this podcast, so you can go ahead and show them some love if you guys are into that. So actually, this Saturday I had met up with David and Adrian. First time ever meeting any of them in real life. And it was really cool because I feel like I've known them for quite a while, it seems. So we met up at James Coffee Co. in San Diego, which is where I live. Met up. It just seemed like we all clicked, since we've been in a group chat together and stuff like that. So it wasn't really weird at all. We all warmed up to each other pretty fast. And it was fun just having to be tagging along with people with other cameras, because usually when I go out to hang out with people, I'm the one person with, like, a handheld camera, like a DSLR, mirrorless, or anything like that. I'm the camera person. And doing that alone constantly, you feel kind of weird because people do look at you a little different when you do use one of these cameras. Video, photo, anything like that. So it was really awesome to be in a group. We all had our cameras out. Obviously, I love looking at gear, and if you're in photography, you enjoy gear as well. I had my EOS R with the 24-105, which is the only lens I used, the only lens I needed. We had David with his EOS R and RP. His RP had the 85mm 1.4 IS, and then his R had his 24-70 2.8. Amazing cameras. He let me play with around a little bit. And then Adrian had his EOS RP with a battery grip and a Sigma 35, which he was able to use that very well. I was actually really impressed. So it was really fun to actually walk around with people that are into the same things I am. They practice a lot more than I do personally. And it was really awesome to pretty much feel like I was walking around with two professionals. And I felt like it was just the first time I've ever been able to experience and just go out and have fun. So after James Coffee Co., we went around in Little Italy, the area, very popular area in San Diego. I'm pretty much mostly an introvert, so I don't really go out, so it was kind of interesting for me. I've only been to Italy a couple times, sorry. And I had a lot of fun. We went to eat at this restaurant, Farms something. It was really nice. Amazing French toast. When you get there, it was weird because the menus, they don't give you menus anymore, obviously. They have these little QR codes that you scan on your phone, on your camera, and then you're able to read the menu like that, which I thought was pretty interesting. So yeah, we ate and then we all just kept roaming around taking photos. Honestly, just having genuine fun, like just shoot photos. I was taking photos of them taking photos. Uh, Honestly, one of the highlights of the day was I was walking down the street kind of next to Adrian, and David was on my far right, and I looked back and he was shooting a photo, sniping a photo at me with his 85 mil, and I turned around and snapped a photo at him real quick for fun. It was kind of funny because I was kind of moving and kind of off balance, and then the two photos ended up being phenomenal photos. So we each had each other's ends, sniping at each other from across the street, almost essentially. It was pretty fun. And then after that, we went to it's not North Park. It's Hillcrest in San Diego, and then we went to Better Buzzed Coffee. The front, you couldn't really go in, but you could see in, and it was just an awesome looking, kind of like Art Deco mixed with like hipsterish kind of. It was really nice. I don't drink coffee, but I had tried like a small. I don't even know what it was, but it was creamy and pretty good. Um, and so a little bit after that, we all just met up at the car, talking a little bit, and then they went off back to LA. Honestly, one of the funnest experiences probably had this year, and honestly, like a camera experience to remember for me personally, since I don't know anybody directly that's into cameras like I am. So that was Saturday, and then Sunday was Father's Day. So uh, obviously spent some time with the family. Had my dad open gifts. He got a bunch of awesome gifts, which is cool. I got him a tequila water bottle. I don't know. Maybe I'm drinking in a video. It's just a big 40-ounce one. Just to help him keep track of his water, and it's obviously just a brand I trust since I've had mine for like 4 years probably. And then a friend of his, he was supposed to go to the gun range with his dad, his brother, and his friend. But they ended up having to cancel. I forgot what reasons why, and so my dad's friend had offered us to go to the gun range. So we accepted. Obviously, like, why not? I've never been shooting. My dad hasn't been shooting probably in like 20 years. He just recently had his gun serviced. And so we went to this gun range out in, I believe, El Cajon area in San Diego. So when I drove out there, it's kind of right next to this little society, and then you drive like a mile down the road, and you feel like you're in nowhere's land. And then you drive up to this rock quarry or whatever, and it looks like rust from the old Call of Duties, and I was like, where are we? So we went in there. The people were awesome. We went in there, took our safety tests, because obviously you need to know. Basically, don't be an idiot at a gun range. It's a gun range. So took the test. We waited to get in, and I had never fired a gun before, and it sounds kind of dangerous, but no one walked me through it. So obviously, I just took whatever knowledge I had from. I do like the way guns look, and obviously, who doesn't? John Wick movies, any gun movies, they're fun, they're entertaining to watch. Obviously, I've played video games quite a bit in my time, and I have a small background in just airsoft guns, so I know they're not real guns, but I had an assumption on how this works. So I was super nervous. I get nervous in new environments, especially places I don't know. There was no cell phone service. It was just, I don't know, but things that'll like wake me out personally. So I was sitting there in the range. They make you put these little earbuds. Well, they don't make you, but you need ear cups and obviously face protection, and then obviously a mask now that it's COVID. So I put the little orange earbuds that look like swimmer earbuds in my ear to obviously protect my ears, and then I had these over them. So obviously cut down the sound significantly. So I was sitting there with my glasses on my face, the both sets of earphones, and the safety glasses. So I was sitting there kind of nervous. I had never been around gunfire in the same room, and so like when you can hear it just, like in your chest almost, like you can just hear you can feel the sound. So obviously I was kind of nervous, and I was sat there in the back. I was like, all right, breathe, get together. Everyone's here to have fun, essentially. Smart fun. Sorry if you can hear dogs in the background. So I went up to the front where the little, obviously like the little lanes essentially. Loaded the gun. First shot. Just obviously the gun has its like muzzle flash, I guess is what it's called. And I was really nervous shooting the first couple rounds, the first whole like magazine. Super nervous about it. And then I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. Watching everyone else having a good time shooting their guns. By the way, the worst part about gun ranges is having to load your own magazines. Pain in the ass. My fingers still hurt. I loaded 200 rounds. Just total pain in the ass. And then I started getting like comfortable with it, and I started remembering, I've watched videos on shooting in general, like how to stand, lock arm kind of. Just basically make yourself a nice solid base so that you can shoot the gun and shoot it accurately. So I was doing that, just remembering tiny little tips that I remember from just watching videos and stuff like that. God, these dogs won't let up. Hold on, sorry. Oh my God, hopefully that cuts down on the sound a little bit at least. Jesus. Of course, when the one time I'm going to film a podcast. But yeah, it was just so much fun. It's honestly got addicting just to be able to shoot the gun. And then we started swapping out targets where targets have like multiple, like there's one where it's like a girl and she's surrounded by 3 zombies and you got to kill the zombies obviously and not hit her. So after a while I started getting more comfortable shooting off rounds rapidly, and then for a little bit I would load each mag halfway, so I'd have 2 mags, dump the clip, and then, or the magazine. Sorry if there's any gun people that listen to this and are freaking out that I'm getting the name wrong. I was shooting, slide would lock obviously, guns out of ammo, and do a fast reload as fast as I can, pull back the slide, and then dump rounds again. It was honestly just total fun. It was crazy addicting, but also no one had told me. Also, obviously with my dad, it was fun to shoot guns with my dad on Father's Day. Coolest Father's Day, and I'm not even a father. A lot of smoke come out of guns. Obviously, I didn't know this. I've never shot a real gun in my life. And then when you're shooting, the little shells can fly out and hit you and land on you, and they burn. They come out like hundreds of degrees, the empty little shell casing. And my dad actually got hit in the finger with a shell, I believe it was, he said, and his finger was bleeding. So I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. And then I also didn't know that the slide could come back, and if you're too close to the slide, obviously it can cut your hand. I didn't know that either. But that's how that Father's Day went. Super fun. I'm kind of still buzzing off it. I was actually a pretty decent shot. I was able to hit targets pretty far. So that was really fun. So now I just want to go back and eventually maybe buy my own. Obviously anything California compliant. Super fun. I was actually really good at hitting targets. Super fun. And then that was the weekend. And then on Monday, I actually sold my 50mm lens, just a cheap little nifty 50, because Canon is announcing their 50mm RF 1.8 IS in July. So maybe they'll come out around September, hopefully. Let's get back in a little bit. So I didn't see the need to really use my 50 very much. And if I need a faster aperture, I'm just going to use my 40 like I am now, just because obviously I don't want to shoot this podcast on f4 when it's nighttime. There's not a whole lot of light coming in my room, so the 2.8 is going to suffice. So it's not as tight as the 50, but it's fine. It does its job. It's one of my favorite lenses. I sold my 50mm lens to the dude that actually sold me this camera, the EOS R. And it was really cool. Obviously, I gave him priority once I saw that it was him. I was like, yeah, dude, I'll totally sell to you. Like, me and you have already done business. So yeah, him and I, we just caught up. He was buying the 50mm to put on a Canon M50 with an adapter. I was like, oh man, that's cool. We talked around a little bit. I was like, yeah, I'll let you know that if I'm ever selling anything, if you hit me up, I'll give you first priority. Obviously, I bought this camera for I think $2,300 from him, so there's the trust was kind of there, you know. Obviously I'd sell you a 50 mil. I sold it for like $60. I bought it for 50, sold it for 60. I wasn't really looking to make profit or anything. I was just didn't need the 50 mil anymore. I have my 40 mil and I have my 24 to 105. Honestly, I'm going minimalist this year with lenses, and because can't really afford any right now. No, not much work. So we sat there, we talked a little bit. We talked about the camera, the R, and he was like, yeah, man, I miss it. Da, da, da. I was like, don't worry, man, she got a good home. No scratches on her still. I take care of her. He goes, yeah, man, I do miss her. Because I know that feeling's like when you've sold something that you've cared about, and you kind of hope that it goes to a good home, or someone that's like in the hobby as you, that obviously will take good care of it. So yeah, honestly, I had a really amazing weekend. It lasted a good 3 days. It's been a while since I've had, honestly, a weekend that packed with doing things that would make me nervous. Obviously, going around, meeting new people, just in person for the first time, shooting guns, just stuff like that. That's good for me. Me getting out of the house, or just me doing things that I'm not 100% comfortable with. Just kind of moving away from my comfort zone a little bit, which is kind of what I wanted to do this year, but obviously, pandemic wanted to ruin the world. Yeah, it was honestly really great to have a stimulating weekend, because I'm usually, like I said, an introvert, and I've also been having kind of like a rough year. I know everyone is, but I've just a couple extra things that are making my year a little more rough, and I'm not really looking for, obviously, any pity. And now sounds like a helicopter going over my house. It's 11:20 right now. Wow, I'm not cutting this out though. So yeah, hopefully this podcast was enjoyable. Much longer. I had much more to talk about this time around. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, even if you just use this as background noise. I hope also this camera looks decent with the 40 mil. Yeah, I stream on Twitch every once in a while. Dr. White 619. I'll probably put it in the description along with my 3 friends' Instagrams. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe. Tell your loved ones that you obviously love them, I guess. Do something nice for someone. Yeah, just be good to people, I guess. Thank you guys for listening, or watching if you did watch, which I would not watch me for about 18 minutes rambling on. I'd maybe listen. But yeah, gonna be working on more videos soon. So you guys stick around, trying to reach 1,000 subs this year. That's my one YouTube goal. So yeah, been rambling on too much. Alright, I'm gonna cut the video now. Bye, you guys.